And we should be live. What's up, everybody? It's Friday. Hope you guys had a good week. This is my Friday live stream. I'm gonna give you guys a little update on what the hell I've been up to all week. And this week I've been up to two things. One of them is my Subaru only merch shop that I finally got live, and I got it right here behind me. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of some of the designs. I got a bunch of sweatshirts, t-shirts, stickers, a couple other things. But I really want to talk about what the backstory was, and I've been working on these designs for a couple months, and where the designs were inspired from, what the kind of, how many iterations I went through, and kind of what they look like. So thanks a lot for checking out the Friday live stream. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna pull this up, and basically I got like a link to it on the description below for this video. I'm gonna have links to it in the description for my future videos, and I actually have like redone my whole description kind of text. So I have a bunch of different links in there in my descriptions for my last couple videos and for the future videos. And then I also have a link to it on my Subaronly.com website. So if you guys don't know, I have a Subaronly.com website where I have factory service manuals, and I actually host those as full open PDFs, or full PDFs essentially, instead of compressed zip files. Most of the websites you'll find online are free PDFs or free files for these factory service manuals are always zip files, and you have to download them and expand them and decompress them. And that can actually lead to issues with having bugs, or you can't really do it on your smartphone or on a tablet or on a mobile device. Having a PDF makes it a lot easier on your smartphone or on a mobile device, like a tablet. So I host these, all the factory service manuals, I host them with full PDFs instead of compressed zip files, so you can access them really quickly on your phone. Now, I've done a couple videos. It makes it so you can basically jump to my Subaronly.com website, you can jump to the right factory service manual you need, and you can open it really quickly to the section you need, like for a wiring diagram or for a torque spec for your cylinder heads or for your intake manifold or something like that. If you're familiar with it, and once you've gone through all the steps and you've seen the path I have on my Subaronly.com website, it's really quick and it's really easy, and you can basically pull up any torque spec or any factory service manual exploded view diagram within like 15 or 20 seconds. So I made it for myself initially, and I realized like I'm gonna open this up to everybody else and create this for, tie it to my website, make it public, and make it so everybody else has access to this. Because really it's just a functional thing that I need for myself. And it's really important to have it as PDFs. That way you can open it really easy on your smartphone or your tablet. So check that out if you guys didn't know that. I also have back to a bunch of factory technician guides on the website. And then I got some other stuff here and there. So check it out, and I have new links to this merch shop. So basically you can click on the link on my Subaru.com website and get to the merch shop as well. And then I created this whole like new homepage for the merch shop right here that I'll kind of pull up. So let me zoom this sucker in a little bit so you can see a little better. Boom, Subaru merch shop. And basically you got the tab up here, which kind of brings you back to the homepage. You got featured products, and then it's different categories right here. This is the way the company that I'm using, Teespring, which is tied to YouTube, and basically embeds it in the YouTube like home screen. When you basically look at videos, you're gonna start seeing these merch items basically pop up as kind of almost an ad or embedded ads underneath the videos, and that's part of the kind of collaboration that YouTube has with Teespring. But I will let you guys know right off the bat, Teespring, and I'll go here to the hoodies real fast, kind of show you some of the hoodies. This is kind of my favorite one I'm gonna jump right to, guys. Teespring is a print-on-demand company. It's the only way I would be able to have all these different sizes. So if you guys look right here, you can see I have a small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. In addition to that, I also have all these colors available for these designs. So you can get it in the black, the white, the gray, the dark gray, the blue, and then you can kind of hover over it and see a close-up view of what it looks like. I think all of these colors really look quite good with all these different design colors. So basically, that was part of the design, was picking colors that would work with some base fabric colors that I want to use for things like these sweatshirts, because I really like the color blue and grays and blacks and white in some cases. And then here's another blue color. It's a little bit more dark blue. So you have that dark blue, the light blue, a couple grays, and a black and white. So you can go back to the main page right here. Like I said, you have apparel, you have different hoodies and sweatshirts. I'll show you one of the other designs that I'm kind of really stoked on. This is one that I don't know if you guys can notice, but basically what it is like the Japanese rising sun with a little tachometer, or kind of converted or blended with a concept of a tachometer, and it's redlining. So it's redlining the tachometer as the Subaru Japanese Rising Sun, and of course says Subaru Motorsports. So this is just kind of a cool little one. I mean, I went through multiple iterations for this thing, from all the little things like adding little like hashed sections right here, or the little like dashed sections right here, to adding little lightning bolts above, to adding a little like red outline around the tack needle right there, if you can kind of see that. So a lot of time and energy went into multiple iterations of these. Honestly, I'd say between me and the designer, you know, it was like me with the original concept, and then the designer telling me what he could do and giving me multiple versions of it to work with. And I'll kind of go back here and tell you kind of another aspect of these. And and basically, I'd say it took us like 20 or 30 iterations for these. And the way it started was, for example, for this is actually the decal for the GC8 Spec C Type RA. It's a special edition, basically Subaru first gen Impreza, and it's one of the coolest decals Subaru ever made. I think it's one of the coolest decals any company has ever designed for any car, frankly, and it's certainly one of the coolest designs I think Subaru's ever designed. I actually have it right here. Let me see if I can grab it right here. It's kind of covered up. Okay, without bumping anything. Mine's still kind of in the packaging and stuff. This is the one I'm talking about. Spec C Type RA. Keep attacking the Nürburgring. There's actually a part number, guys, if you want to look up the original part number for this sticker or decal. ST915024SO10. Boom, check that out. So this is the label, the decal that inspired this design. And you can see the similarities right there. And basically, I took the elements like the track, that's the outline of the track, and then the, you know, the second tagline, basically, the secondary little thing right there, the tagline, and incorporated it into kind of an original design right here. Added the Subaru Motorsports with a cool font, and basically, you know, it looks fairly simple when you look at it right now in the final design, but there's so many little elements that go into these things, the spacing, the outlines, the colors, the fonts, just to get it kind of dialed perfect, to make it look simple, but still pretty clean and professional looking. So I'm pretty stoked on it, guys. I got unisex t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve sheet tees. They put mugs here in a separate category. I don't know why they did that, but I got a couple different mugs right here, just in case you guys are into grabbing a coffee or tea, kind of random. And then of course I got some stickers. Another thing I'll mention is because this is print on demand, there's like a little bit of a delay. And I was gonna say that earlier, like, you know, it sucks that I don't have all of these available to ship out immediately. But the fact is, I wouldn't be able to have all these colors, and I wouldn't be able to have them in all the different sizes. If it wasn't a print-on-demand kind of deal. The print-on-demand deal is what allows it to have all these different colors and all these different sizes. And eventually, I'll get to the point maybe where I can stock inventory on all these things, have them maybe stocked in Amazon. Basically, it could be a Prime product on Amazon, and that way you can get it in a day or 2 days. Or when Amazon finally gets, you know, same-day shipping with drones, these kind of things you can get with the same-day shipping with drones from the Amazon warehouses. But for right now, it's print on demand. It's the only way I can get all these different shapes and sizes and colors and things like that, and get the whole full, you know, kind of inventory of things. So that, guys, is the Subaru Only merch shop. Got a beanie bag right there. I'm kind of a big fan of beanies too. Or I mean, not beanies, sorry, fanny packs. So I got a fanny pack right here. Yeah, a couple of cool things. Pretty stoked on it. And that is the Subaru Only merch shop. All right, zoom back out. So give me some feedback, guys. I'm curious to think what you got. I'm curious to see if you guys like it. I think these are awesome. You know, I didn't want to create this. I didn't want to just grab my my logo, my Subaru Only logo, and just slap it on a hat, slap it on a T-shirt, and call it a day, and basically spend 30 seconds on something. I want to do something that was a lot more than just throwing your logo on something. Something that would maybe be something that would be one of your top favorite sweatshirts, and that's kind of what I was hoping to design. And that's what I've ordered a bunch of these for myself. I'm still waiting to get them for another week or two, or a week and a half. But I think these are going to be one of my favorite sweatshirts I'm going to own, and that's the intention with the going into design, hiring a professional graphic artist, like basically investing the money to hire a graphic artist. I really wanted to create a sweatshirt, t-shirt, and a couple different things that you guys could pick up that maybe some of you guys would feel like this is one of your favorite sweatshirts you guys got. And that's kind of what I was shooting for. So another thing I'll mention, so let me know what you think. And another thing I'll mention is that, you know, the price point for these things, you know, I can't just afford to design like 50 of them or 30 of them, you know, something like you might see on Hoonigans. But I was shooting for having the quality and the design kind of originality that you'd see on something like Hoonigan's. So, because I'm a big fan, obviously, as you guys know, all the sweatshirts I wear. But I will tell you guys that after I sell probably somewhere, after I sell probably somewhere in the range of like 40 to 50 of these shirts and sweatshirts, hopefully that'll happen. I don't know, I have no idea. But if I sell 30 or 40, 50 of these things, that's enough to kind of, you know, basically break even and then do another round of designs and do a couple more designs. And that's what I kind of figure, like, I'm not looking to make any profit, serious profit. I'm definitely not looking to make any money, serious money or get rich off these. Basically, I do make a little bit of profit because it's a print on demand thing. All these prices may seem kind of high, but most of it goes to the printing and to the print manufacturer. I'm making between $7 and about $12 at the most on all these products. You know, $48 for the sweatshirt. I think that's where I make like $12, $28, and like $15 even on the things that are like $6 for a sticker. I make like $1.50 on it or something. So I could turn down and make zero profit, but if I can make a little bit of profit on these things, I feel like that will kind of build up so I can make enough money to do another round of designs. And if I sell 30 or 40 kind of medium price to expensive items that are up here, it would be enough to rehire the graphic artist and do another round of designs. So I'm just going to keep reinvesting in it and hopefully build up a whole inventory stuff. Another thing I'll say though is that I mentioned here on the kind of the landing page, the home page, that they're premium quality, which basically is I only selected the fabric material quality that was the highest quality for every item I had. So if there's a sweatshirt, I only used the highest quality material option they had, because they actually have medium grade and low grade items too, so you could sell them for a lower price point. I just figured to hell with that. Like, I'm hoping the only reason you're gonna buy this is it's gonna be something you hold on to for a long time. Maybe it's something that's gonna be your favorite t-shirt, your favorite sweatshirt. So why not spend another $5 or $8? So it's a much higher quality fabric, higher quality knit or something like that. So everything is the highest quality offered, and that will always be the case with all my stuff. I'm not interested in making mass quality, mass quantity, low quality stuff ever. I don't see the point in that. And then original designs, I guess that speaks for itself. Everything here I design, I didn't just grab it off of the internet and cut and paste it on something. Even my logo, the Subarus logo, guys, was originally something I paid a graphic artist to design, 4 years ago or more now. And then limited runs. Limited runs might be a little bit misleading because I don't mean that there's only 500 in the quantity originally. What I mean is I'm not going to keep these up forever. And that's the way, even the Hoonigans, for example, like this sweatshirt on Hoonigans, I don't know if you guys can see it. This sweatshirt, you guys can't buy it on Hoonigans anymore. I wish they'd do a rerun on this thing because I've ripped it really bad right here. But this is my favorite sweatshirt from Hoonigans. I love this fucking sweatshirt. This thing has the coolest design, the coolest colors, but it's not available anymore. And I realized real quickly after buying a couple sweatshirts from Hoonigan a couple years ago that like they only keep these sweatshirts up for 6, 8, 10 months, maybe a year at the most, and then they kind of cycle through new designs or they put new designs out. So I don't know if you'll ever be able to buy this like Hoonigan style sweatshirt again. And that's the same case for this stuff. So I'm going to have it available. You can buy as many as you want right now, but eventually I'm going to swap these out or, update the design or change out design for a different design or a more modern design. So these are definitely going to be a limited run in some sense. Although I don't have any plan to pull the design in the next month or two or anything like that, just to let you guys know. So that's it for the Subaru Only merch shop. I'll give you guys another update on what I've been up to this week. Basically, an engine update. I didn't put this engine together because all the hardware. I basically started looking over the hardware real closely, and I realized that, take a look at this hardware, guys. I've degreased it and cleaned it really nicely. This is a bunch of the intake manifold bolts and the water pump bolts and some bolts for the brackets and a bunch of different things. I still have all the parts here for these two engines. These are my EJ205 and my EJ207. This is what the holdup is, all the hardware, all the little bolts and nuts and hardware. I don't want to put all this stuff, even though I've degreased it. I'll kind of do a close-up view so you can see I've degreased it really nicely. It's lost its zinc finish and that luster, that yellow iridescent luster that you'd see kind of on the main shank right there. And the reason is it needs to be replated and redipped. And so I've gone on a little bit of a tangent in the last few days, guys, learning all about electroplating and purchasing all the products and all the materials needed to do a home DIY electroplating little process and a little video. And basically, I'm going to be stripping all the rust off all these products, or stripping all the rust off of all these bolts and all this hardware. I'm going to be electroplating everything with zinc, and then I'm going to do a dip in yellow chromate, or a product that's equivalent to yellow chromate, which gives it that yellow iridescent finish. And I'm hoping to basically recreate a really nice finish like you see on the shank of this bolt on the heads of all these bolts. And I'm going to do that before I assemble this engine because, well, I'll show you this engine. I've done a little bit of polishing on this engine as well. I figured, what the hell? This is a rare 20-year-old STI engine. It was only available in Japan. You can't buy these new. You can't find them in good shape anymore. This one has pretty good compression. It's got 95% compression in actually 3 of the cylinders, but one of them had a little bit low compression because there's a little bit of, I don't know if it was just when I had it earlier, but there's a little bit of like staining right here on the bottom of the cylinder, or cylinder before, because there was rust in there. And I've cleaned it, I've de-rusted it, and I've lubricated it. I've added a metal lubricant that kind of basically creates a little bond on a molecular level on the surface of the metal right there, and it's designed for the interior of cylinder walls. So I've added that lubricant to it. It's kind of a synthetic product, but I don't know if cylinder number 4 is going to be holding 95% compression or leak down. We'll see, or 5% leak down, whatever. But this engine is a rare engine, and it's got the forged pistons, and I'm going to take the time to restore all the hardware and get this hardware looking kind of beautiful and original as well. Because I'm going to take time to do the same to all the other parts I put on it as well. So got the heads on here. I'm going to bolt the heads on up today. You know, I'm not going to make a video on that though. It's pretty common. I'll let you guys know if you guys are ever going to do heads. I like to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol right here, just basic rubbing alcohol you can get from the Walmart or something. Wipe down the surface of the heads. These are the chambers of the heads that I've kind of cleaned up a little bit. These are my EJ207 heads. A couple of you guys have asked how I clean this stuff. The one thing I will tell you, I've used several different products, any kind of degreaser, anything that breaks the oil down. Alcohol works really good, degreasers work really good. But if you use any kind of scrubbing product, use something that's softer than aluminum. Just basically use basic fundamentals of metallurgy and think about what the hardness is of aluminum and what the hardness is of the bristles or a scrubbing pad you're going to be using on this surface. The valves you don't have to worry about, those are a little bit harder, but the aluminum chamber of the cylinder head, the cast cylinder head, is what you don't want to scratch. So I use soft brass brushes a lot of the time. Those I find to be really good. There's also some other kind of products you can get for your drill bit and things like that. But basically make sure you don't use steel and don't use anything that's harder than this aluminum. And just think about it from that metallurgy standpoint. It's basically using the fundamentals, the kind of metallurgy there, not to scratch things. And then the other thing I'll be using is some assembly lube. I like this Redline synthetic assembly lube. I use this inside the cylinder walls right here. So put a thin little coat in there and just kind of cylinder walls. You'll use it in some of your valve train. There's various little parts where you want to use assembly lube. And assembly lube is just a lubricant, kind of like oil, but it's a little bit more viscous. It's not a little bit, it's a lot more viscous. It's real sticky and tacky. And it basically gets flushed away by the oil, and it's fine, and it kind of will dissolve into your oil pan and into your oil, and then it'll be basically replaced by the oil and the lubrication system of the oil. But it's a really good product to use when you're assembling an engine. Basically a top-of-the-line assembly lube from a company like Redline, something similar to that. So what else is there to say? I'm not going to go into the heads. I've already talked about those last week. I've already shown you guys the engine, talked about the merch shop, and that's about it for this week's live show. So thanks so much for checking out the video, guys. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope you guys have a good weekend planned. I got a video that I'll probably post this weekend. I got a lot of other things happening. I'm going to head over to the paint shop actually right now to do kind of a look over of the progress on that 97 coupe that I'm painting, that Arcadia green, that original Arcadia green. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's kind of an ongoing project I have as well, in addition to this EJ207 that's going in my 98 RS. So thanks a lot for checking out the video, guys. Really appreciate it. My name's Luke. In the description below, you should be able to find a link to this new Steerable Only merch shop. So take a look at some of the stuff, guys. Let me know what you think of the designs. Thanks for checking out the video. My name's Luke, and talk to you guys later.